For generations, a code of conduct has governed the nation's art museums, and one rule reigned supreme. You don't sell pieces from your collection to pay the bills. But now, with doors closed and revenue drying up, museums of all kinds are in desperate straits, and that time-honored restriction is getting a more artful interpretation, all in an effort to help these institutions survive. Christina Ruffini has the story.
It's a coveted privilege of museum curators, having a private audience with world-class works of art. But lately, the many silent galleries around the country don't feel magical so much as depressing.
I think this moment has thrown into relief the fact that museums are really deeply dialogic and really deeply community-based, and absent people, there is no conversation.
Christopher Bedford directs the Baltimore Museum of Art.
Does it bum you out to come in here and see it completely empty?
Yes.
Now, instead of conversing about culture, many are talking survival and wondering aloud if they should reconsider one of their most sacred rules. Do not touch the art.
Deaccessioning.
Yes.
What is that?
That's our code word.
Why is it so secretive?
That's our code word for selling art.
For decades, most museums have followed a strict and some might say stringent set of guidelines. They're not supposed to solve financial problems by plucking paintings off the wall. Sales are only allowed if proceeds enhance the larger collection, like when the BMA sold several pieces from its archive to acquire more works by women and artists of color.
You sold art to buy more art.
That's exactly correct.
But you can't sell art to do pretty much anything else?
So that is the big no-no.
Past violators have been ostracized and even picketed, like in 2018, when the Berkshire Museum raised funds by sending dozens of pieces and 2 Norman Rockwells to auction. But the pandemic has changed everyone's perspective and forced a reinterpretation of the deaccessioning rules.
What we're trying to achieve is to provide our member organizations with a little bit more financial flexibility.
Brent Benjamin is president of the Association of Art Museum Directors. For the next 2 years, it says it will not punish members that use art sales to pay for, quote, the care of the collection. What that means is up to the institutions themselves.
We've never done this before, but this is a circumstance we've never faced before.
So why does it matter if museums want to sell their art?
Well, because the museum exists in perpetuity, and the idea is that you don't benefit today's visitors at the expense of tomorrow's, and you don't benefit tomorrow's visitors at the expense of today.
Nina Del Rio, vice chairman at Sotheby's Auction House, has handled many high-profile deaccessions.
This is a decision that has been, within committee a long time coming.
She says having more flexibility and control over their assets might be key to many museums' survival. But don't expect a fire sale.
I've not seen anybody so far say, oh my God, we have to sell everything, life is going to be over if we don't. I've seen quite the opposite. The stewards of these institutions doing the thoughtful, hard, and good work to demonstrate that they're making, decisions that are the right ones for their particular institution.
And even though he doesn't think the BMA will need to take advantage of the rule change, Bedford says he supports it in the abstract.
What is more sacred? A set of values that we have collectively determined, or the vitality, relevance, and core mission and vision of institutions to serve their publics? And I think this moment is telling us exactly which is more important.
Which is?
Serving our publics, being vital, being relevant, keeping our doors open.
Because without its patrons, even the best museum is really just a vault. For CBS This Morning Saturday, Christina Ruffini, Baltimore.